Hello everyone and welcome to Cucamonga Valley Medical Group's Healthy Living webinar. My name is Sabrina and I'm a community health educator. And as a health educator, I teach diabetes education classes. I teach these healthy living webinars. I also teach a weight loss program. So I really enjoy my job. I love learning and growing with all of you. So with that being said, I am very excited to be here tonight. Remember, our webinars are interactive, so please feel free to chat with me. I have the chat open. You can also include any questions you may have in the Q&A session, in the Q&A function. And if I don't get to your question during the webinar, I will save some time at the end of this webinar to answer any questions that you may have. June is Men's Health Month, and in celebration of that, tonight's webinar is all about men's health, which is very important to talk about because it's been shown that men are at higher risk of developing certain health problems, such as heart disease and certain cancers. So even though heart disease is the leading cause in both men and women, heart disease is much more prevalent in men, meaning that they die much more from heart disease and at a younger age. However, many of the major health risks that men face can be prevented with a healthy lifestyle. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. I'm going to share 5 things men can do to stay healthy and start living a healthy lifestyle. And as a bonus, at the end of this webinar, I'm going to be sharing a men's health checklist, which is a comprehensive checklist that you can use to make sure you are doing everything you can to stay healthy. The first thing men can do to stay healthy is to get a regular checkup with your doctor, with your healthcare provider. So having a checkup at least once a year or when recommended. Who knows a man in their life that does not like to go to the doctors unless something is wrong? Or maybe you are the man that prefers to avoid the doctor's office until absolutely necessary. Well, this is very common. Men do tend to avoid going to the doctor's office, but going to the doctors for a regular visit is a great way to stay healthy. And that's because your doctor can help provide surveillance and help you monitor your health and your body. Now, as I did mention, men are at much more higher risk of developing heart disease and certain cancers. So when you do go to your checkup appointment, it is important to get certain or specific preventative screenings. That way you can detect any abnormalities early when they are the most easiest to treat. Now, before we talk about what preventative screenings you should get, I want to mention that it is very important to talk to your healthcare provider about your family's medical history and ask them what screenings are appropriate for me or what screenings should I be getting. And remember, when we hear the word screening, all that is a test. It is a test that is looking for or that can detect a certain problem. Now, there's 3 important preventative screenings that men will need. Now, that's going to be number 1, your blood pressure, your blood cholesterol levels, and your BMI or your weight. Now, these preventative screenings are important because if you have high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol levels, and you're overweight or carrying excess weight, then that means you are at a high risk of developing heart disease. So your doctor can help you, your healthcare provider can help you monitor your weight, help you monitor your blood pressure and your cholesterol levels. They can also make any recommendations or give you some treatment options so you can get these numbers in control so you can prevent heart disease. There are 2 other very important preventative screenings for men, which is going to be a screening for colon cancer and a screening for prostate cancer. Now, it's important for men to regularly screen for these two types of cancers because they are very common among men and they are the second leading cause of death among men. Cucamonga Valley Medical Group CEO and healthcare provider Dr. Majoud says that prostate cancer is easily screened in men. An annual checkup with a lab test for a PSA level is the first and easiest way to be screened for this type of cancer. Additionally, colon cancer screenings should start at age 50. I do want you to keep in mind that if you have a family history of these two types of cancers, then when and how often you get screened can vary, right, from person to person. So it's very important to have these discussions with your healthcare provider. So again, you can detect any problem early when they're the most treatable. So do you have an appointment for your regular doctor's visit? For your regular checkup? Do you have an appointment? If you don't, I highly recommend you make an appointment and you get these preventative screenings so you can stay healthy. The second thing men can do to stay healthy is to eat a heart-healthy diet. What you eat plays a key role in your risk of developing health problems such as heart disease, right? So to stay healthy and reduce your risk of developing heart disease, the best thing you can do is to eat a heart-healthy diet. Well, Sabrina, what does a heart-healthy diet mean? It means you are eating a lot of fiber. You are eating high fiber most of the time. And at the same time, you are reducing your intake of saturated fat, trans fat, sodium, and sugar. And you are choosing those wholesome, nutrient-rich foods such as legumes, vegetables, fruits, nuts and seeds, and whole grains. These types of foods are plant foods and they are naturally very high in fiber. Animal products do not have any fiber. So if you're eating a diet that is high in animal products, such as meat, cheese, and eggs, and you are also eating high processed foods, you're eating a lot of processed food, then you are not getting enough fiber. You want to make sure you're eating a lot of these types of foods that you see on the screen right now. One of the tips I share in my classes is that every time you sit down for a meal, you want to think, where is my fiber coming from in this meal? Do I have some beans? Do I have some vegetables on my plate? Do I have some whole grains on my plate? And then also you want to be including those fruits and those nuts and seeds as snack options. Those make really good snacks. So remember your next meal, think about where is my fiber coming from in this meal or snack. And for men, that can be as easy as having a bean and rice burrito in a whole grain tortilla. It could be having a bean chili, a bean and veggie chili. There's a lot of variety. You can get really creative with a chili. Also having some bean or veggie tacos. So just eating some corn tortillas or maybe a whole grain tortilla and just filling it with beans, maybe some rice and some veggies, all sorts of veggies. That's a great way to increase fiber. You can also have a veggie burger, so having like a bean patty with some whole grain bread and just stuffing it with a bunch of veggies. And again, that's a great way to have some more fiber, some good healthy food swaps. Easy to do. So now, since this webinar is about men's health, it is appropriate to mention that eating a heart-healthy diet has been shown to help improve sexual function. And that's because when you eat a heart-healthy diet, you really start to improve your blood flow. So the flow of your blood in your body, which of course is going to help to improve your sexual function. So there's a lot of great benefits to eating a heart-healthy diet. I would like to invite you to check out Cucamonga Valley Medical Group's YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel, and I did do a webinar about how to keep your heart healthy. So if you want some more information, some more detailed information on how you can keep your heart healthy, you can visit our YouTube channel and check out our webinar on our channel. And any of our webinars that we do, we always post the recordings to this channel. So if you subscribe to this channel, you will stay up to date on all of the health information that we will be providing. The third thing men can do to stay healthy is to make physical activity a priority. So like I mentioned, heart disease is the leading cause of death among men. And when you regularly exercise, it's one of the best ways to prevent heart disease and keep your heart strong. It also helps you to improve and maintain your overall physical and mental health. And if you make physical activity a priority, then that means you will always exercise, meaning your body will begin to change and you will start getting all of those great benefits associated with exercise. So, who wants to exercise but feels like they are short on time? Yes, this is very common. It is common to feel short on time when it comes to exercise. And that's because little things always come up. Maybe I need to finish the dishes. I gotta cook. I have to go do some yard work. I gotta meet my friend, right? So there's always little things that can get in your way of you getting your exercise. So that's why it's important to make physical activity a priority. And that way you get your exercise. Excuse me. And that way So that way you get your exercise done before you do any of those other things. You can also schedule your day around your exercise. That's a great benefit of making physical activity a priority, is that you can really start to schedule your day around your exercise. That way you are guaranteed to exercise. And again, you are getting all those benefits and you are staying healthy. So do make physical activity a priority. The fourth thing men can do to stay healthy is to learn to manage stress in a healthy way. Now, men do feel stressed and they tend not to talk about their stress, right? And many men do turn to those unhealthy behaviors to relieve stress, such as smoking cigarettes or drinking excessive alcohol. Now, we all know these behaviors are counterproductive and they do start to cause health problems. And in the long term, they even increase stress. So, what are some healthy ways that men can relieve stress? I'm going to go ahead and share a few of my favorite ways that men can use to relieve stress. So, first is going to be spend time with friends and family. So, taking time to just disconnect from your other responsibilities and just connecting with your loved ones, spending time with them and engaging with them. This is a great way to keep that, to manage stress and to keep your life in balance, right? Having some family time, having some work time, having some friend time. So it's really important to spend some time with your friends and family. Next is to get outside. Simply spending some time outside is a proven way to relieve stress. So the next time you are feeling stressed out, just go outside, walk around, maybe go on a walk with your family, grab a ball, get some physical activity. So just spending time outside is a simple and powerful way to relieve stress. Next is to take some time to relax. This one is very simple, but yet very effective at relieving stress. Your body is not designed to be on the go, 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 go all the time. We do need time to rest, unwind, and recharge our minds. This is very important for our overall health and an effective way to relieve stress. It is very effective to relieve stress, again, by just dedicating a few minutes each day to do nothing. Just relax, no TV, no social media, just breathing, maybe listening to some light music. This is a great, great way to relieve stress and very effective. So our last and final way that you can relieve stress is to get a hobby. And all that means is doing something that you enjoy and doing it more for leisure. So maybe it's woodworking, gardening, drawing, graphic design, photography, or maybe it can even be a sport hobby. So golf, frisbee throwing, bowling. So whatever you enjoy, a nice hobby is a great way to relieve stress. And again, it's going to provide your life some balance, right? So you are not constantly under pressure of your work responsibilities, life, financial responsibilities. A hobby is a good way to, again, manage stress in a healthy way and provide your life with some balance. So get a hobby if you don't already have one. And even hobbies that use your creativity, those are really effective at relieving stress. So keep that in mind when choosing your hobby. So those are some quick ways that you can use to manage stress in a healthy way. Our fifth and final do for men to stay healthy is do make some health goals. Set some health goals for yourself. Before you do anything, set some strong goals for yourself. This is going to help you to feel motivated and it's going to give you some purpose. So before you set your goals, sit down and take inventory or take stock of your current health. So where are you at currently with your health and where do you want to be? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain some muscle? Do you simply want to start eating more vegetables, right? So what are your health goals? What are your goals? And then you want to write them down. You need to write down your goals. It is not enough just to think about our goals. We really need to write them down and visually see them and work for them. Every day we need to be thinking about our goals, working for them and making them happen. Now, I want everyone to remember that it is never too late to start improving your health. So it doesn't matter your age, your health status, it is never too late to start improving your health. So set some goals and start today. Let's quickly review the 5 things men can do to stay healthy. So the first is going to be having those regular doctor checkups. So getting your annual healthcare visit, that is a great way to stay healthy. Getting those preventative screenings. Eating a heart healthy diet. So that means eating a lot of fiber. Making physical activity a priority. So scheduling your day around your physical activity or your exercise. Learning to manage stress in a healthy way. So having a hobby, taking some time to relax, spending time with family. And then setting some health goals. So thinking about where you want to be with your health and writing them down and making them happen. So these are 5 things men can do to stay healthy. Before we get into our Q&A session, I'm going to share the men's health checklist. Now, before I share this checklist, keep in mind that you can screenshot this, you can take a picture of it, and you can send it to a man in your life. You can keep it for your own reference. That way you know what you need to do to stay healthy. So here we go. The men's health checklist. So number 1, you want to maintain a healthy weight. Very important. You want to engage in physical activity every day. Eat a heart healthy diet. Maintain good control of your blood pressure and cholesterol. Get routine physical and examinations. Manage stress. So you're managing stress in a healthy way. Get screened for prostate and colon cancer. Again, very important. Getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Very important. This one is important as well. We need 7 to 8 hours of good sleep. Make sure you are getting that. And avoiding alcohol, smoking tobacco, and drugs. So, and last but not least is to seek help if you have symptoms of depression. So again, here is our checklist for men's health. You can take a screenshot, share it. That way you know what you can do to stay healthy. Let's go ahead and open it up for our Q&A session. If you have any questions, you could go ahead and enter it at this time. I see that we already have a question in the Q&A, which says that I do not want a colonoscopy. Is there anything else? So yes, having a colonoscopy is a common fear for many people. However, the test, the colonoscopy, is a gold standard when it comes to testing for colon cancer. So it is very effective, very powerful in detecting colon cancer. However, there is two other options, I believe, which is going to be the fecal test and the Cologuard test. So those are non-invasive procedures, tests that you can get to detect colon cancer. And remember, if you do have a family history, then maybe a colon cancer, if you have a family history of colon cancer, then getting a colonoscopy would be highly recommended, and it'll be well worth it. It'll be well worth it because you will detect it early when it's most treatable. So keep that in mind when we are talking about the colonoscopy and screening for colon cancer. And I do want to mention that the things we talked about today about a healthy lifestyle, this can be applied to younger men and boys in our lives, teaching them at a young age about the importance of health, eating a heart-healthy diet, making physical activity a priority. Those are very important messages that we can give younger men and boys in our life. That way they can really start developing these healthy habits at an early age. So when they get into adulthood, they're kind of set, they know what to do, and they're on a good track with their health. So keep that in mind as you move forward. It looks like we do not have any more questions at this time, so I'll go ahead and close the Q&A. Next month's webinar is all about mental health, so we will be talking about mental health. I hope to see all of you then. And if you need more information about these webinars on when they're going to be held or the topics that we'll be discussing, you can visit Cucamonga Valley Medical Group's Health and Wellness Resource Center. And that's our website. You can get there by going to cvmgdocs.com. So that's cvmgdocs.com. And you can find our Health and Wellness Resource Center right in the top right-hand corner. And again, you can get any information about upcoming events, our programs that we have about health and wellness. So you can check us out there as well. Now, thank you all so much for joining tonight's webinar. I hope you found this informational, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening. And I hope to see you next time as well. So thank you guys so much, and have a good night.